Take a seat.
Basically, it's a need that I saw among premature school leavers in Singapore, that there weren't much choices for them. Once they drop out of schools, there's not much private institutes that they could go to. I think back in the year 2002, we noticed that for students that drop out of mainstream schools in Singapore, there wasn't much choices for them when they want to go back and pursue an education again. The reason being public schools will have certain limitations of taking them back in, and private schools are essentially for profit. So some of the policies and some of the methods which they use may not really benefit such students. So we decided to start a not-for-profit private school to cater to the needs of such students. I think the first challenge is to define ourselves within the space in Singapore, because we are not entirely an charity because we operate in the commercial space, and at the same time we are not entirely for profit, because the makeup, the design of our school is more to bring about value to the student instead. So we are like a creature that stands in between both worlds. And back in 2002, the term social entrepreneurship wasn't very sexy yet. So we have problems finding a space to stand and to define ourselves. And we remember that back then we have to go through several rounds explaining our mission and our strategy to the authorities. I think the main message that I want to bring across is if any individual or any organization, they find a certain need that they saw, or maybe they see and encounter a certain injustice, then they should be doing something about it. Somebody once told me this, that the need is always the call. If it irritates you enough, means that you have actually a solution to do it. So that's the guiding principle for our organization. Actually, the day before the results was announced, I was there at a conference, and I began to hear the past year winner, Jack Sim, speak about his area of work and all that. And I thought to myself that was a pretty big pair of shoes to fit if I won last year. And we are not exactly changing the world yet. Okay. However, later on I reconciled myself that everything in life starts from seed form. Before we can change the bigger world, the best thing we can do is to change our world. If my win will inspire other people or the next generation, likewise, to pursue something to pursue their cause, okay, and to bring about change within their circle of influence, then collectively, we might really be able to change the world. So with the win itself, we are given a lot of opportunities. Firstly is the Schwab Social Entrepreneur Summit at Zurich. So that was really an eye-opener, because you get to this place and you have hundreds of top-end social entrepreneurs all over the world coming together, and there was so much energy and optimism in that place. So instead of all coming together and saying, oh, all of us, we have a need, we have to give to us, everybody is saying that we have a solution, invest in us. So the energy level is very high, and it's also very encouraging to meet somebody from the other side of the globe that's doing something similar to what you're doing. So if you realize that, hey, that there is certain kind of like resonance going around. Sometimes you feel lonely if you're just the only person doing the work, but meeting somebody doing a similar work gives you the form of assurance that you are on the right track. and you meet many greats that have services that reach out to millions of people, and they will tell you that they started with their tens, they started with their hundreds. So it's very, very encouraging, the amount of energy in the air. Okay, and secondly, the win itself also gave us some opportunities to attend other events like the World Economic Forum, where you begin to see issues really on a macro basis, and that gave us a lot of exposure, as well as to attend certain courses and executive programs at the top-end universities around the world, like Stanford and Harvard. So that really broadened our scope, as well as created some essential networks for us for our organization to scale to the next level. I think the impact is quite, I would say, an internal thing, because our school have just finished like a 5-year cycle. So when we look at our statistics and all that, we feel that we have accomplished something that we wanted to do. And the next question will be, what's next? How do we bring it up? So the win itself, meeting other people, attending courses at universities, forces me to go back to the core and ask the question of why are we doing what we are doing? Are we able to bring it up to a next level? How are we going to replicate this in other cities as well? So I think through the win, through that whole process, the top management of our school really sat down and we talked about quite a lot of things that are pretty abstract, but that will set the direction for our next 5 to 10 years. I think currently the state of the world is getting quite gloomy with the financial crisis and all. So, but I guess something that social entrepreneurs always carry around them, it will be this atmosphere of optimism, of beating the odds. So to the corporates out there, maybe this is a good time to just leave the bad news aside and come to the conference and be open for some new ideas and the can-do spirit. Looking at the local context, I feel that for a start, we should introduce the concept of entrepreneurship into our education system first. Because I guess for the past 20 years, our system has been pretty robust in producing world-class workers. But I guess as the economy begins to change, as there's a greater need for innovation, we need to tell our next generation that they can be the one that start off something new. And with entrepreneurship will come that ability to identify value in the market. So as long as you add the purpose behind it, which is the social part, then I think that will be a branch off. I feel that entrepreneurship alone does a lot of good to the economy already. And it's out of this bunch of entrepreneurs that you will have that subset of unreasonable people called the social entrepreneurs. So,
and there you have it. Okay, if you guys are wondering what's going on, or what is social entrepreneurship about, well, good news. There's a Global Social Innovators Forum coming to Singapore on the 28th, 29th and 30th November. It's an annual gathering of leaders from business, government, academia and social enterprise. Global and local leaders network, explore how social enterprise and innovation can create income and growth opportunities for their businesses. Okay, if you guys want to find out more on how to sign up, socialinnovationpark.org. See you.
Take a seat.